very good evening. Very good evening, everyone. Can you see me? We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this channel. We are live, and today we are going to discuss that how a narcissist do love bombing. We are going to discuss that how they love bomb us and how we're going to discuss in both the scenarios that how narcissistic people love bombers in romantic relationship by romantic partner, and also we're going to discuss that how parents, if they are narcissistic, or our caregivers are narcissistic, how they love bombers. We also going to discuss the damage of love bombing, and as a survivor how we can heal ourselves, how we can deal with the love bombing. We're going to discuss it. Okay, I have no clue that if I'm audible or not, because there is some notification on my screen. So anyways, we're gonna move forward, and a little disclaimer here that as I'm not very comfortable sharing few of the topics on this channel in Hindi, although the language of my channel is Hindi and English, but for now I'm not very comfortable sharing few of the topics in Hindi, so we're gonna share in English, and maybe very soon one day we're gonna discuss each and every topic in Hindi as well. So here we go, and yeah, so it's an interesting topic today, and yeah, let's move forward. I'll try to make it very clear, simple, and I will try to use a very easy language to understand and easy ways to understand a survivor. Okay, so let's move forward. And guys, little more disclaimer here that whatever I share here on my videos, either on live videos or other videos, these are my personal experiences and my own and the part of my research work. So kindly take my videos like that. Okay, maybe your case can be unique, so I'm just it's just an expression here. I share things. Okay, so take my videos, my all the discussions like that. I'm just discussing what I've been through and I'm learning, and yeah, let's move forward. So we're going to discuss today as what is love bombing by a narcissist, parents, and a romantic partner. In both the scenarios, we're going to discuss it today. Okay, let's hydrate. Whoever is there live, kindly let me know in the chat box. If I'm audible, please let me know in the chat box. Type yes in the chat box if I'm audible. It's gonna help me move forward. Hello, hi. Hi, I joined few days back. Thank you so much if you joined, and again if you're joining, welcome to this channel. You can hear me. Okay. Thank you so much for confirming that I'm audible. So let's move forward. So do you know what? Loving is a form of emotional manipulation. It looks like love, care, and and lots of attention, okay, at first, but it is not real love. It is used to control us. Narcissists use love bombing to make us feel special at first, okay, and then they slowly take away that love to gain power over us. And this is not love, okay, because in my most of my videos I've shared that love is a consistency, okay, a consistent attention, love, care, okay. If it is not consistent, so it is not love. And in the case of narcissistic people, okay, they love bomb to make us feel special at first, and then they slowly take away that love to gain power over us so that they can manipulate us, okay. We can experience love bombing from narcissistic parents or from narcissistic romantic partner as well, okay. We're gonna discuss in both the scenarios like how it feels like. The feeling is very similar, okay, the feeling is very similar, but the situations are different. It just in both the scenarios, if the partner, romantic partner, is a narcissistic, or even if the parents are narcissists, the feelings are similar there. It's just the situations are different. Both can cause deep emotional damage to us, okay. And people and all the friends, whoever are sharing beautiful comments in the chat box, I'm gonna take your comments while discussing today. And if you have any suggestions, opinions, views about this particular topic, so you can, you can share, and I'll read it out. And it gonna, because I really value all of your opinions, all of your comments are really valuable for me. So yeah, do share your comments. And yeah, so we have already discussed that this in both the case the feelings are similar but the situation are different, and in both the cases, they they give us deep emotional wounds, okay, deep emotional damage it creates. And what love bombing is, love bombing means giving too much attention, praises, gifts, or affection very fast, okay, very fast. It feels intense and overwhelming at first, okay. That's why whenever we discuss, like, two or three points are always very similar in my all of the videos. Like I always say that always go slow in new relationships, okay. And going slow as a survivor is very important, and going slow otherwise also in relationships are very important, so that it don't overwhelm us, okay. At first we may feel chosen, we feel very important to them, okay, and finally somebody has seen us, okay. We feel all these beautiful feelings, okay. But love bombing always has a hidden goal, hidden agenda behind us to control us, okay, in some way or other. And after love bombing, the narcissist usually changes. They suddenly just shifts. They suddenly just changes. Okay, they may become cold, critical. They give us cold shoulder, distant, or cruel. Okay, when we ask like what happened, they may blame us for this. Okay, this creates confusion and emotional dependence. And this kind of emotional dependence is not healthy. This is not healthy love. Real love grows slowly. Love bombing rushes, overwhelms, and traps us. Okay. Love bombing by narcissistic parents. Okay, let's just discuss this first. When parents are narcissistic, love bombing often happens in cycles. Okay, when parents are narcissistic, love bombing always often happens in cycles. How it looks like, narcissistic parents may say, or they praise us only when we behave how they want us to behave, okay, in a certain way, whether that behavior is not very good also, okay, but because they want us to do it, so they're gonna praise us for this, okay. And they may shower us with affection after hurting us. So this is very weird, okay. In my childhood, I have gone through this a lot, you know. I used to get very scared all the time. I was in fight and flight mode, that I don't know what gonna happen today after my school. And I used to pray. I always used to pray that I just want to survive today somehow. This day shall pass, you know, something like that. I used to live one day at a time, and I used to pray that their mood should be fine. I'll do anything to make them feel good or fine or something, you know. But after every punishment, after every like a big thing, whatever happened in the house, you know, they used to behave as if everything is normal. And they shower affection in front of other people. So it creates a confusion, okay. It creates a confusion. They say we are the best child one moment, and the other moment they're gonna say that ungrateful or something nasty to us, okay. And they give gifts instead of emotional safety, and they're gonna count that thing again and again if they are giving it to us, like books, shelter, food, fees for the school, clothes, and all of it. They're gonna count it again and again to just to make us feel emotionally drained out, that we are so dependent on them or something like that, you know. They're gonna act loving in the public, but they're gonna control us, and they're gonna punish us in the private, and they not gonna share these things in front of other people. So this is very confusing for the child to, you know, understand that what's actually going on. They may say, you know, no one will ever love you like we do, or like we you know, do things for you. After all, we sacrifice this. How you know, how you gonna repay us, and you can never repay us because we have done so much of sacrifice for you, this and that. They're gonna tell all these kind of things to us. And they're gonna say that we are only hard on you because we love you. So if because we love you, so we can punish you. We have all the right to punish you in any ways, okay. So yeah, so this is also a form of love bombing. And after every punishment, after every you know, nasty or like every uh, mm, you know, unkind stuff they used to do, you know, they're gonna quote like this, that we love you and that's why we are doing it to you. And because we are parents, we are caregivers, so we have all the rights to do such stuff with you, okay. Do you know what the hidden message behind all of it? The message is not like we love you, okay. The message is we own you, okay. We own you. And uh, take my comment, okay. Okay, one second, let me drink some water. Keep hydrated, guys. Keep hydrating, okay. Although winters are here, but still it's very important to keep our body hydrated, you know. So okay, yeah, I'm gonna take your comment now, Mr. Singh. So many comments, okay, I'm gonna read one by one. Okay. Hi Pasang, how are you? Emotional manipulation is primary weapon nowadays, as the toxic relationships are trending on the go. Not really. It's not a trend. Toxicity is not a trend. If toxicity is there, just like that. It's not a trend or something. It just because of the social media and stuff, uh, we access easily, so we read all of it nowadays, and all also awareness is also there, and also all the toxicity is also there, but it was always there, whether there was the social media was there or not. Okay, so this is my viewpoint on this. Narcissist is someone who's super self-centered. Yes, of course they are self-centered. Oh my god, what happened? Acha. Okay. Super self-centered and craves attention, lacks empathy. Absolutely, 100%. They lack empathy. Talks mostly about themselves. 100%. You're so right. And can't handle criticism. Absolutely, we all know that. But why should we still need? Mm, we are not. We cannot say anything to that. But people are getting aware. Even the legal departments are also very aware of this. But what to do? What to do? We can just work on ourselves. This channel, this community we are building here are just for us, for people who can take the responsibility and can work on themselves. Okay, we cannot say anything to these people. These people gonna remain the same. We can just pray and hope for the best, that people who cannot go no contact can somehow build the courage to uh, build a survival kind of mechanism with them, or dynamic, this kind of a dynamic uh, with the narcissistic people. Otherwise it is very difficult with them, and we can take the responsibilities in our hands, and we can just change ourselves, we can improve ourselves. And I know this fact and this part, that all the survivors are very beautiful. It's nothing much in them to be changed or be judged about, or to mm, you know be needs very improvements. But still, we have patterns like of codependency. We have patterns of giving love and sacrificing for people who don't deserve it. So we also have to work on ourselves. So we can just work on ourselves, no? Yeah, proves excessive love can be harmful. See, if you love someone beyond get ready, beyond, yeah, true. But it's not about love. Everything should be in balance. If there is true love, I've seen families, I've seen people who love so deeply, and there is no toxicity, nothing is there. There's a good friendship, good bond is there. So it's not that if we love someone deeply, it gonna go in towards toxicity or negativity. No, it's not true. We should not think this way. This is what I believe. Yeah. My comment. I have taken your comment already. I am Lindsay, some of around feel proud to be in toxic relationship. The wish that could be toxic. We are not going to discuss. I feel I have already answered, like whatever you were, you know, you were, sharing here. You were. So I feel I've taken your comment, and we have discussed already. So let's move forward with today's topic. And where were we? We were discussing about that what are the hidden agendas, hidden messages around if a narcissistic parent are, love bombing us. So the hidden agenda of saying that we love you is like we own you. Okay, in normal family dynamic or in normal um, love, they don't portray it as they own you. They love you just because they love you. Okay, There's no hidden agenda behind that. It just, of course, they want reciprocation in return, but they don't want to own you as an object. Okay, love is given with conditions. When we meet their needs, we are rewarded. Okay, this is what with transactional kind of a love and dynamic with the narcissistic caregivers. When we have our own feelings or boundaries, love is totally, withdrawal or removed from the, or maybe they start punishing us in different ways. Do you know what are the damages it creates from narcissistic parents or narcissistic caregivers? Growing up with these kind of teachings, they teaches us, that love must be earned. Okay, our needs do not matter at all. We survive a thing like we should do everything 24/7 for others, and we should not do anything for us. Our needs do not matter, something like that we learn. And slowly when we become when we mm, when we go through dark night of the soul, and we learn on our healing journey that slowly we need to build build all the opposite patterns of it. Okay, and all these teaches us like as if we must please others to be safe. Okay, this is safety is our biggest agenda. Okay, being survivor, safety is our topmost priority. Okay, and we must please others to be safe, because this is what we learned. Okay, we were never safe in our own household, with our own sibling, with our own parents. Okay, so there also we learned that if in order to be safe, we need to please people, because in our childhood throughout we were doing these things, just to feel safe. So we have to do things for them, otherwise they're gonna punish us, they're gonna make us the same environment, the same home unsafe for us. People feel unsafe outside their house. Okay, but survivors, they feel very unsafe inside their house, inside with their own people, with their own blood. And I know it's very hurting. It's not good, but these are the facts. These are real facts. Anyways, let's move forward. It creates confusion between love and pain. Okay, and our brain acts very differently. Our brain, learns things very differently. And fear, they fear of no we fear of abandonment. Why? Because when we learn this dynamic, that love and pain, it creates a confusion inside, and we fear of abandonment. We feel like pain is still better. That's why we stay longer. And we may grow up doubting ourselves. We may feel guilty for we may feel guilty for wanting independence. And we may believe we are too sensitive, because they also quote us every now and then that you are so sensitive or something or like that, or or you're never enough. Okay, this kind of love bombing shapes our identity, and it's not good. It's not good. Okay, our patterns are very different than people comes from normal family dynamics, and it's not healthy. It's not very good. Okay, and we need to change. We need to work on each pattern very consciously to learn to grow further in the life. Do you know what? Love bombing by a narcissistic romantic partner is also it feels also very similar and same, but a little bit just the situations are different. Like in romantic relationships, love bombing, often happens at the beginning, okay? How it looks like a narcissistic partner will say no, or maybe move very, very fast emotionally in the relationship, and you may feel very close. They may say, we are soulmates very early on in the relationship. They may say that we are soulmates. In fact, they are not going to show any actions, you won't be able to see any actions, but they say we are soulmates very early on in the relationship, and they're gonna text or call constantly, and they're gonna give big promises about the future. They're gonna fake future, and they're gonna hear your story, and then according to that they're gonna future fake um, you, and they're gonna say that we are so perfect together, or we are so best together, and this and that. And these things are not bad, but when it happens very fast and early on, so we need to see these as little red flags, okay? At first, it feels very magical, very beautiful. We may think we finally found a true love, but slow pace, moving forward slowly is very, very important. This is what I'll share here. And how the shift happen, after we are emotionally attached to them, things suddenly changes, okay? The attention decreases, criticism increases, they become jealous or controlling, they punish us with silence, okay? They accuse us of being the problem. They'll change their tone, their patterns, and their way of talking, everything. They may still bomb sometimes, just to breadcrumb us, and just especially after a conflict, this keeps us hoping the good version of them that it will return. So this is a loop, this is a cycle, we get trapped in. This is a trap actually. We stay because we remember how it felt at the start, okay? We blame ourselves for the change. We work harder to earn the love back. We uh, we with this we learn, to work really, really hard to get that love back again, okay? But that was just for a very shorter period of time, okay? A big sign of a true love is a consistency, and consistency in actions, not only in words. Even if a person is not very expressive in words, still fine if that person is showing things in actions and with consistency. This is very, very important, okay? Everybody gonna learn to say things eventually with words, but if the person is just saying things but not doing anything in actions and with consistency, so there is no use of it, and this is clearly a love bombing, okay? And today our video is on love bombing, okay? Is there any new comments? Yeah, whatever you are sharing, no, it is so true. And as you're saying that my teachings are really complex. First of all, I'm not teaching anything here. I'm just sharing what I've learned, what I've seen, what I've observed in so many narcissistic relationships. So these are just my experiences. Out of my experiences, I share things here, and you have to take things like that. And yes, whatever you are sharing here, that they manipulate us and things like that, yeah, this is also true, okay? And let's move forward. So we were talking about the trap, okay? And this is a loophole we blame ourselves for the change. We work harder to earn the love back, and this creates trauma bonding. Okay, and this is what creates trauma bond, and where pain and affection are mixed together. Okay, and the because of this, all the emotional, psychological damage of love bombing, love bombing damages us in deep ways. Okay, the wounds are not sometimes visible on the body, on the skin. Okay, but the emotional wounds are really really deep. Okay, and until unless we don't open those wounds and work on those wounds and won't walk on our healing journey, it's not gonna heal. And so that's why it's very very important to recognize our emotional wounds and work on them. Okay, and because it leads us to lots of confusions. Okay, we feel confused because love and hurt uh, come from the same person, so it is very confusing. Okay, at first our mind, our body, our nervous system do not want to register it. Okay, we want to live in the denial that maybe this is not true or this or that. Our mind struggles to understand this, that what is it for real. This was the same person was loving us 10 days before, and now this person has been just changed. So this is the loss. Okay, the loss of the self. We may stop trusting our feelings, our own feelings. Okay, we may change who we are to keep the peace. Our identity slowly disappears. Okay, and we may constantly feel anxiety, fear, worry about doing something wrong. We feel as if we have done something wrong, or maybe that's why this happened. We start blaming our own self. We may fear abandon or rejection afterwards because we want to feel that love again, and it's not bad. Okay, if you were there, even I was there. Okay, but don't feel you know guilt about it, because this is a human nature. We want consistency in love. Okay, but all these things when happen with the narcissistic people, when we happen to be with narcissistic people, so it leads us to all of these things. So it we also become our self-esteem and self-worth also, we feel very very low at our self-worth because love is taken away. We believe we are not good enough. Okay, and we may feel unloved, difficulty trusting others after love bombing. We may struggle to trust real kindness. Healthy love may feel boring or unsafe, because do you know what, this is something, a reality. When there is a healthy love, sometimes it feels so boring. But as survivors, because we lived so much in fight and flight mode, so sometimes we don't understand this. The fact that a real love is really really boring sometimes. But one fact is there, that there is a consistency in that love. But when we start our healing journey, when we process all the wounds, and when we process our all the traumas and things, and when we start changing our patterns, so we learn it. We learn very easily that true love, our true love is something which is consistent, kind, slow, which moves on a slow pace. Okay, so this is very healthy. Okay, Because after love bombing we may struggle that to trust that what is real kind of a love and what is real kindness. Healthy love, may feel boring, but uh, it is very very unsafe to be with a love bombing kind of love. It's very very unsafe. And do you know what, why love bombing works? Because love bombing works because it meets real human needs. What a real new human needs are: we want to be loved, we want to be seen, we want to feel safe, we want to feel belong to someone, to our loved ones, and narcissists use these needs against us. This is not our fault, okay? We need to understand here that this is not our fault. Anyone can be affected with this, okay? And we need to understand this here, that any healthy person not gonna play these kind of games with us. What we can do as a survivor, we can do, like, we can, healing is possible, okay? We need to understand that healing is possible. We just need to take the responsibility of healing in our own hands. We can take steps to protect and rebuild ourselves. We need to learn to name the pattern, to understand that love bombing helps us stop blaming ourselves, okay? When we name the behavior, we regain the power and we stop fear about it, and we accept that it was not real love. This is painful, but it free it leads us to freedom, okay? Love does not require fear, confusion, or self betrayal. These things should be very very clear to us, that love does not require fear, confusion. When there is true love, when there is love, there is no confusion. Confusion is not there, okay? You no need to ask freaking any person on the earth about it, that is it true or is it real, or is it right or wrong. When it's real, there is no confusion, there is no self doubt about it, and there is no self betrayal, okay? True love empowers us. And the next is that we need to allow to process it, to allow grief. We may grieve, like the parent we never had, okay? We also need to grieve the partner we thought existed, but he or she was not, the love we hoped for. Grief is part of healing. We need to understand this, that grieving is a part of healing. And as soon as we do all of these things, we're gonna move forward. These things are not to, you know, to create any kind of a hurdle. Grieving sets us free, okay? It helps us to move forward. It's a part of healing. It's a very very big part of healing, accepting and grieving about the parent we never had, the partner we thought existed, and the love we hoped for, okay? I know it's at first sometimes it's not very easy to understand and to accept, but slowly we can build this courage to learn all these things. And we are here, this community is here to help each other to build that courage, so that we can heal together, okay? So never think this way, that you are alone or something. We all are here, okay? And we need to rebuild boundaries on the healing journey. Rebuilding boundaries are very very important. We can learn to say no without guilt, and so many times I have described it, that no is a complete sentence, okay? Boundaries protects us. They do not make us selfish of any kind. Okay, and we need to slow down in relationships. Healthy love grows slowly. Do you know, I feel that this video gonna be little uh, longer than my usual live videos, and today I'm not gonna repeat it again because I'm so tired today after a long day. Okay, but still I thought to come here, so I'm not gonna repeat anything. So if you have skipped anything, or if you found anything heavy, so after this live you can go again on my live playlist, and you can watch this video again. You can listen to this video again, and I'm hopeful that you're gonna get something you're gonna get something really useful, helpful through this video. Let me take the comments. Experiencing, do you have? Yes, I have my share of things. That's why that's how I share things here. No, speaks louder than words. I really liked when you mentioned that it needs to be consistent and well, and not once in a while. Put it that way as the summer. Yes. How narcissist is similar to psychopath. Is there any link between the two? Yes, there is a link, but not every narcissistic person is a psychopath. But yes, psychopaths has all the narcissistic traits, but not every narcissistic person is a psychopath. It's very difficult to be under one roof with this deadly combination of a psychopath and a narcissistic person. I was there. I know, I spent 30 plus years there, and I know how it feels and how it damages you inside out. And I hope and pray that no one ever gets it. But there's no survival there. But with narcissist people, like everybody says that we need to go no contact. Uh, if you can manage, if you can uh, do certain things, you can if you can work on your own self, there are possibilities. There are little possibilities that we can do survival with the narcissistic people. But with the combination of narcissist and a psychopath, it's very difficult. It's my personal experience. It's very difficult. It's not possible. And even while thinking of it, giving me, I'm not feeling very great about it. But yeah. So I've taken your comments. Let's move forward. So what I was describing that you can go back again and watch this video again if you have missed something, and if you want to learn and watch this video again. So slowing down is very important in relationships. Healthy love grows slowly. We can take time before trusting, committing, and sharing deeply. We cannot just go ahead like a person and commit in just 2 or 3 days. Just take your time, understand the person, and yeah. And reconnecting with others, like we can ask, that what do we feel, what do we need, and how we desire to feel together, and what do we enjoy, because our voice matters, and we should seek support also if required, because healing is easier with safe support, therapy, support groups, or if you have trusted people around where freely you can share your stuff. So this is very important. Okay, and it can help us feel safe, feel less alone. Okay, and this is also very important on a healing journey, to feel less alone, although it's a very lonely journey, but still it helps to grow faster if we somehow can make us feel less alone. And we need to practice self compassion. This is so important, guys. This is so important, okay? That we need to practice self compassion. We did not fail, okay? We survived. We did not fail. It's not a failure, okay? Whatever happened, but we survived, The coping skills we learned once helped us, stay safe. And we need to learn the patterns, and we need to learn how and what healthy love looks like. Okay, healthy love respects boundaries. Do you know what? This is a very big sign with healthy love, that they respect your boundaries. Okay, even, of course, they also desire and willing to know the reason why you keeping some certain boundaries, but they'll wait for you to open up. Okay, they're not gonna push you that why you put certain boundaries, and they are not going to uh, make you feel guilty about it. It's a very big sign of a healthy love, that they're gonna respect your boundaries, and they understand that your boundaries are not the walls. Your boundaries are the doors, which you will open when you will feel safe with them, and they'll create that safety. They're gonna put efforts to build, to create that safety for you, if they really love you, if they really see you as their person. Okay, and real love, healthy love, feels calm to your nervous system, to your body, to your hriday, to your soul. And it not rushed. Okay, it feels calm, it never rushed. Okay, and it allows disagreements. Okay, and peaceful disagreements. It does not punish you, and does not demand any kind of a perfection. They just demand that uh, you just feel safe with them, you just feel happy. Okay, and yeah, and it grows over the period of time. It grows slowly, like a slow burning friendship. It grows like that. Okay, and yeah, it does not feel like walking on eggshells ever. In healthy and safe love, it does not punish and demand any of unhealthy patterns. Finally, I just I'm just going to wind up now, because this video got really long. So finally, I just want to discuss that love bombing is not love. Okay, it is control disguised as affection, whether it comes from parents, or your caregivers, or from a romantic partner. It can deeply hurt us. Okay, but understanding it is the first step towards freedom. And we are not weak. Okay, we need to understand this, that we are not weak here. We just survived. Okay, and uh, we are not weak for being affected. Okay, we are humans, that's why we got affected with all of these. We deserve love that is steady, that is safe, consistent, and real. It's just that. So, guys, I feel I've taken all of your beautiful comments, and thank you so much for sharing your views here. I'm so grateful. So, friends, if you decide to talk to me on similar topics, or if you are willing to book one-on-one healing session with me, if you feel I can help you in your on your healing journey, And if you want to share your stories, things with another survivor, if you want that comfort with me, you can get it. Okay, if how to book a session with me, you just need to write a mail to me. You can just simply write a mail, and you can personally DM me on my Instagram account. My IG is also with the name AbhayaTra, and I'll my email ID and name I'll provide you in the description box below as well, so don't worry about that. And for now, I just desire to convey that I have so much compassion and kindness in my heart towards each one of you hearing me out right now, and I pray for your recovery and healing. Guys, listen to me, okay? Don't ever think that you are alone on this healing journey, okay? I was there, I know how it feels. Look, we have this beautiful community here, okay? We are building, we are growing each day, building brick by brick. I am here to hear you out. Like us, we have many other victims and survivors who are going through similar kind of situations and still choosing the path of healing. We just need to focus on ourselves. We need to learn, practice, break trauma bond, and look forward. Okay, believe me guys, because you are the only one who can bring these beautiful changes and can achieve growth, success, and healing while being authentic and empathetic. I believe in all of you beautiful people out there. We just need to choose what we just need to choose, and take a responsibility of healing in our own hands. That's it. With this beautiful note, I'm signing off today. Guys, keep on learning, stay blessed. You can also check out my other videos and playlist as it may help. So now I'll see you very soon in my next video. Till then, take care. Take very good care of yourself. Help someone and keep on learning. Love and peace. Mr. Singh is writing that the victims, the hardships they living with. Yeah, that is true. We are smiling, we are sharing things, but we have our own things also, of course. And yeah, but we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna spread so much peace, love, and awareness here. And I hope and pray that we're gonna help each other spreading this message, spreading awareness, and work on ourselves. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Love and peace.